Success can often be a double-edged sword, as Porsche discovered after launching SUVs. You know, when the first Cayenne came out, there was a lot of disquiet, a lot of discomfort among traditional Porsche purists about thinking that Porsche is going to produce an SUV. But such is the appeal of SUVs, the Cayenne quickly became the best-selling Porsche. But it again changed with the Macan, because Macan, when it launched, in the past 5 years, they've managed to sell over 400,000 units of the Macan, making it the biggest selling Porsche, outselling even the Cayenne. So when it comes time to facelifting and updating the Macan, Porsche has a new challenge on its hands. Secondly, for the Indian market, the Macan never really picked up, primarily due to the pricing. But this time, Porsche India is willing to change that, is willing to completely rewrite the story. We are here in rather cold Germany, driving the new Macan and experiencing what the new car offers for Indian customers. The car that we're driving right now is the Macan S. That's the middle version. It's got a 3-litre V6 engine, and there are very subtle styling changes as far as the Macan is concerned, you know, because since it's so successful, why do you want to mess with a successful formula? The front is a little different. The main changes here are the headlights. You get those 4 LED sign markers, you know, the daylight markers, and full LED headlamps. What I like more are the big wheels. These are 21s. In fact, it's got new 20 and 21-inch wheels. The range starts from 18 inches to 21 inches. I know these are not very practical for India, but given the look of the car, I think they look absolutely brilliant. Of course, you also get a lot of options, Porsche ceramic brakes. What is more interesting for me is these side panels. Now they are offered in 5 different versions. And against this Miami blue car, I think this black really stands out. It's a nice design detail that breaks up the side of the car. What I like about the rear, well, it's an interesting design. You can see the slightly, sort of sliding down silhouette. But what I really love is this single big tail light piece, It's divided into 3 parts. It's fully LED. And I love that whole unibrow style. It gives the car definition. It's quickly becoming a mark of Porsches worldwide, especially with this lettering here. And that for me is an outstanding thing as far as design is concerned. At its launch, which will happen soon in India, Macan will initially be offered with 2 engine options. The first engine is the base 2-litre 4-cylinder. We drove that earlier and it's been revised, it's been made more efficient, more powerful. It offers about 252 bhp, about 370 Nm of torque. 0 to 100 comes up in under 7 seconds. For normal usage, it's a pretty good engine. It's got decent amount of torque. The throttle response is very good. It's paired with a 7-speed dual-clutch PDK transmission, and driving it around city, it was pretty good. It works really well. You never feel any shortage of power. Driving it on the highway also was pretty good. We got to drive it on the unrestricted stretches of Autobahn, which means you can go as fast as conditions permit. And doing 200 kilometers an hour even in the base 2-litre engine was no big problem. The real fun, of course, is the Macan S. It's got a brand new 3-litre V6. It's turbocharged. The turbocharger is fitted within the V of the engine. Now what that does is it reduces the turbo lag. It makes the engine respond faster, throttle response is faster. And I have to say that because it's a brand new engine, Porsche has been able to do a lot of work on it. It produces about 354 horsepower, 480 Nm of torque. 0 to 100 comes up in just 5.1 seconds. That's quick for an SUV. It's pretty quick, and the Macan in the S trim is just fantastic to drive. You also get this beautiful sports steering wheel. You can option it. It's got the knob with which you can switch the driving modes. It's got Alcantara, it's got aluminum, and the general fit and finish of the Macan, even in the base version, even in the S version, that's one of the best factors. It's just immaculate how the metal and leather and other surfaces like the carbon fiber in this car, how well they fit together, how little the panel gaps are, how everything is stitched together, how it feels to drive, to sort of shut the door, the leather quality, the standard Alcantara roof. It's really a quality item. That's something that Porsche has been known for a long time, and nothing in that changes with the Macan. The earlier one that didn't do very well in India was because of 2 factors. One primary thing is this is a small car. It's got a big transmission tunnel. So at best, it's a 4-seater, but for a lot of people, that is not a problem. The other problem was that in the initial pricing phases, the Macan was more expensive than the Cayenne in India, which of course doesn't fly with Indian customers, and it did. But what Porsche is trying to do with this car this time is completely change the game. According to Porsche India officials, the car is going to be launched, the base model, between 70 to 73 lakhs, which is a huge reduction, and I think it's a really good rationalization of where the Porsche Macan should be priced. And at that price, it's going to compete with the Audi Q5, with the BMW X3, with the Volvo XC60. It's a bit smaller than all of them, but what it's got is the badge and the driving appeal. With the overall quality, with the overall driving appeal, with how the Macan looks, especially with the new bright colors that they're offering, what happens is, I was talking to the project engineer yesterday, is that when you've sold 400,000 units, over 400,000 units of the car, you've got a lot of user feedback that you can use to refine the car when it comes to a facelift or a brand new model. And what they're seeing, especially in developing markets like China or India, is that people really want to express their style through their car. That's why you get a color like the Miami blue, you get a Mamba green, you get a Carmine red. And with this personalization, with the amount of personalization you can do inside, and one highlight also is the new display. This 10.9-inch unit is pretty much similar to what is now fitted to the Cayenne and Panamera. This is slightly smaller, but it's full high resolution, the display resolution, the map resolution. You can even see, in Germany at least, you can see where the forests are very clearly. You can see the sea, you can see what's around you, what's in surroundings. It looks absolutely gorgeous. The touchscreen is very easy to use, and it's a phenomenal upgrade. They've had to change the whole dashboard because of it. The air vents are now placed differently, but I think it's a worthy upgrade. So as far as India is concerned, it might be a little bit on the small side, but it's a Porsche, it's fun to drive, and it's going to be rationally priced now. And I think for a lot of customers, that's going to be a great deal. And if I had the money, I would really look at buying a Macan, maybe a Macan S, because they're really fantastic cars to drive. They're built to last forever, and it's a product to savor.